I'm going to do a quick live stream for tomorrow, find some plays. There's some good value for tomorrow. Unfortunately, I got killed today. I haven't streamed actually the last couple days, so I didn't have any plays from the stream for today, but I gave out plays on Twitter and they ended up losing. So if you tailed any of them, I apologize. But regardless, onwards and upwards, let's find some plays for tomorrow. So we'll start out on Underdog Fantasy. Underdog actually had a fair amount of good value. So let's take a look at, Underdog. And I've explained this in previous streams, but Underdog Fantasy, they give you really good payouts for 3-pick entries. So PrizePicks, they only give you a 5x payout, but Underdog Fantasy, they sometimes move things quickly. So if you want to tail, I'm going to take Bam over 10.5 rebounds. But Underdog, they give you a 6x payout. So long story short, that's the first play that I'm going to go with. And we'll kind of get into the strategy in a second, but first let's just find some picks that we can kind of pair with this, because there's a lot of good value right now, including women's college basketball. But let's take a look at this college basketball play. So we have a play for tomorrow. Not much college basketball yet. We're almost in the Final Four, but you can see right here, Jonas Adu. What's so powerful about sports betting is all these books set their own lines. So if you take a look, that's not what I meant to select, but if you take a look at Jonas's line, like Underdog has him at 18. Even if you only use Underdog Fantasy, kind of the first step for all the plays I give out, I try to make sure they have value. So you'll see PrizePicks has him at 19, right? Like every other book, the sports books have his line at 19.5. Underdog has him at 18. So you have all these data points, and kind of every play I give out, first thing I want to make sure of is, okay, my play has value, and I'm going to pair that with Bam over 10.5 rebounds. So again, the way that Underdog works is you take Bam. If we take his over or under, you always get the same payout. So any 3-pick entry, we're getting a 6x payout. You can see here, like Caesars, the sports books have already kind of ripped odds. You can see his line on Caesars was minus 106. It's down to minus 160. So the books, the betting market, it has already moved Bam to being a really big favorite to go over. So it's like, okay, that's the second pick we can go with. So we now have 2 picks, but we need to find a third pick we can lock in. And honestly, there's some golf value. So how do we feel about golf? Over 69.5 strokes for tomorrow. This would be a 3-pick entry. And again, like there's so much crap on Underdog Fantasy. So this is what I'm going to lock in. If you want to tail it, I know there's a delay on the streams. I try to give people time to bet it. But Underdog Fantasy, they have so many lines up. So we have so many options that we can play as a sports bettor. So the first step that I follow is, okay, I want to make sure all my plays line up from a value perspective. I can point to them and be like, yeah, this play, actually has an edge. Like that play on, Jonas, where is it right here? Underdog has his line at 18, rest of the market 19, 19.5. So this will be the first play I lock in. Again, all the live stream plays are tracked in the description on YouTube. We've actually had a pretty good run on these streams on Underdog. So we had a 6-pick entry hit. Some of these were for the promo play. Like I try to take advantage of all the profitable promos these books run. So, there was a Wemby promo. But anyways, we had some good wins recently. And then I guess this will be the first pick we lock in. So let me just add this to the live stream tracking sheet, which again is in the description on YouTube if you just want to see every pick that we've quite literally ever locked in on one of these live streams. So what book do people want to look at next? We can do Underdog again. Underdog Fantasy, we've kind of cleared out the value. So we have Bam over 10.5 rebounds. He'll probably be bumped to 11 by tomorrow. We have a college basketball play over 18 PRAs. And then we got Detry over 69.5 strokes. Anyways, what book do people want to look at? Gone. PrizePicks, PrizePicks, PrizePicks. People are posting PrizePicks. Okay, maybe we do a PrizePicks slip. Did not have good luck on PrizePicks today, but hey, tomorrow's a new day, and I don't know. That's just kind of how it is sometimes. So let's take a look at PrizePicks. And again, like some people will be like, if I use PrizePicks, why can't I just bet this on PrizePicks? It's like PrizePicks doesn't. They either don't have Bam's lineup, so they don't even have a rebounds line for Bam up yet. But anyways, PrizePicks, it works pretty similar to Underdog Fantasy. So the first play you can see is Hachimura under 1.5 threes. So again, like, first step I always try to make sure of is just all my plays have value. So the first 2 plays I see is Bridges under 3.5 assists. He's gone under 4 out of the past 4 games. In PrizePicks, it works, it works just like Underdog. You take the over, the under for Bridges, you're still going to get a 3x payout for a 2-pick entry. So what you want to do is kind of like, you have all these sports books setting lines, and they're taking bets, kind of moving lines based on where action's coming in. These books are constantly moving around their odds. Maybe less so. I mean, a lot of these books are just posting lines. But you can see Bridges and Hachimura are big favorites to go under. Like, the market has, minus 154 on FanDuel. So FanDuel, they're a little more aggressive than like DraftKings and Caesars. Caesars is a little more aggressive. They have more juice towards the under compared to ESPN Bet. But you kind of get a sense from all these different data points, all these different, book setting lines. Okay, he's heavily favored to go under. That's the play we want to be on. But on PrizePicks, it looks like Underdog Fantasy already removed the BAM play. Bro, sometimes they've been bumping shit so fast on Underdog. So they just completely removed BAM rebounds as well. But what did I want to say? But you can still get it on Dabble, which is kind of the benefit of using multiple books. Is sometimes Underdog, they bump things quickly, but there's still value on Dabble or kind of another sports book. So maybe we'll look at Dabble here in a second. But what we can do, are you fucking kidding me? So this is actually pretty annoying. So I already bet Detry over 69.5. It looks like on PrizePicks, you can actually get a better line. His line's at 69. So the sports books have him at 70.5. So this play has value. So let's go here to PGA and let's take a look. So we have over 69. So that can be the first pick that we go with, or we can skip it over. I mean, I'm just kind of annoyed because I already bet it, and I bet it at a worse line. But you can see PrizePicks is starting to post lines for tomorrow. So we have Jonathan Kuminga under 2.5 assists. So honestly, I'm going to keep the golf play. Fuck it, why not? So we have Kuminga under 2.5 assists. PrizePicks is just starting to post lines. He's gone under 3 out of the past 5 games. Obviously, every game's different. Tomorrow they're playing the Spurs. And you can see, like, first things first, what I always try to make sure of is, like, okay, does it check out from a value perspective? Okay, we have all these sports books. They're all aligned. All these books set their own lines. If his over should be favored, like what will happen is people will come in and they'll bet his over, and sharp bettors and syndicates and everything will bet his over, and then the over will be favored. Like, these books are constantly moving around lines based on where action's coming in, especially from sharp or their profitable customers. They all have his under favored, so we know. Right? We know he's more likely to go under as opposed to over. Dude, there's a lot of NBA plays showing up. So we have Trey Mann over 4.5 assists. That's also in the Clippers game. And I don't really like it because I'm pairing Bridges under. The Hornets are ass. I mean, what is this game for tomorrow? So if we just take a look at the lines for tomorrow, what are the Clippers? They're minus 1,400. So I don't really want to take Bridges under and Trey Mann over, because if the game's a blowout, those plays would be negatively correlated. Like, it doesn't make sense to take his over and his under. If the game's a blowout, they'll most likely both be on the bench in the fourth quarter. So you kind of want to take one over and one under. We do have a college basketball play. Fade the big man. Do people like this play? We have Zach Edey under 12.5 rebounds tomorrow. Obviously, they're playing a better team in Tennessee. He's gone over 3 out of the past 3 games in March Madness. But honestly, fuck it. Let's just get a slip in. Again, Underdog Fantasy had better betting limits. They give me $100 per slip. PrizePicks is absolute trash. And I got killed on PrizePicks today. So in general, I'm just fucking annoyed with PrizePicks. But here's the play, and let me just put the link in the chat. Bam, over 10.5 rebounds on Dabble. Yeah, so let's take a look at Dabble here in a second. But let me put the PrizePicks link in the chat. For anyone who wants to tail it. So we have our first PrizePick slip. And let me put the link in the chat. Okay, so it copied. Got to move quickly. Wouldn't fade ED. Alex, hop on Helldivers 2. can't say that they are competing for assists. Well, they're not competing for assists, but I guess like the way I think about the Bridges and the Man play, so like these two plays, is the Clippers are huge favorites. So if the game's a blowout, they'll most likely both get less playing time, maybe both be on the bench in the fourth quarter, so they're both more likely to go under. If the game's competitive and the Hornets stick around, they're both more likely to go over. They'll both get more minutes. But what we can do is we can try to see like, okay, I mean, again, this Bam play looks incredible. Is we can try to see like, is there any value on, Dabble that we can kind of take advantage of? So NBA first quarter points lines are kind of showing up. So let's take a look here. Does PrizePicks, they don't even have lines up yet for first quarter player props. You can see here, Underdog has Donovan Mitchell's line at 4.5 first quarter points. If you look at FanDuel, they have Donovan Mitchell. So if you just go over to the Cavs game, and again, very rational, data-driven sports betting. I know I still have losing days, but that's what I do, is you can see, FanDuel has Donovan Mitchell's line at 5.5. Dabble's hanging 4 right now. So what we want to do is let's just kind of lock this in quickly. Let's go here and let's take a look. Like the thing about sports betting that I always say is anyone can win their bets for a day, for a week. What's really hard is getting an edge and winning long term. And I'm not saying, that your strategy doesn't work or whatever. But even if I have a losing day, it's not like I switch things up the next day. So Donovan Mitchell, we want to take his over. And then what we want to do is we want to go to the Heat game, discipline. And what we want to take is Bam over 10.5 rebounds. So we now have 2 picks. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, his PRA line also looks good. Again, all these books, they all set their own lines. So that's kind of the benefit of having multiple books. As you can see for Donovan Mitchell, PrizePicks, Underdog, like all these books are opening him up at 30.5 or 29.5 PRAs. Dabble's hanging 29. So it's like, okay, that play actually seems like a pretty good play to go with. And then what we need to do is just ideally find, one final pick that we can maybe go with. Austin Reeves over 9.5 RAs. I mean, you can see here, like, meh. So this Bam play looks good. I mean, how do we feel about Austin Reeves tomorrow? He's been grabbing boards like a motherfucker, and you can kind of see, like, the market's already moved him minus 140 on ESPN bet. Like, the books already have his over favored. So sure, whatever. We already have a couple good picks locked in. So maybe we throw in Reeves 9.5 RAs as well. The Lakers are hanging on, trying to make it to the fucking playoffs. So hopefully Austin Reeves plays hard tomorrow. And it checks out from a value perspective. So we have Reeves RAs. Where is it? Over 9.5 RAs. So 3 overs again. 6x payout on Dabble for their 3-pick entries, which is why on PrizePicks you'll never see me play a 3-pick entry. I always stick to the 5 flexes. But anyways, let's see right here. FanDuel and Fliff plays. Alex needs a beer. Nah, I don't need a beer. Bro, I'm just tired, man. Lost all my bets today. Fucking Alabama. Anyways, let's see what we got here. So let me plug my phone back in. And this is what I got on Dabble. 3-pick entry. D. Mitch over 4 first quarter points. Then we got Bam over 10.5 rebounds. And we got Reeves over 9.5 RAs. And again, every single live stream play, it's just tracked in the description on YouTube. Like, people love to bitch after every losing play, every losing day. Quite literally, every live stream play you'll see tracked in the description on YouTube. But anyways, let's see if we can find anything else on PrizePicks, FanDuel, anything attractive. Ooh. So we do have some FanDuel plays coming up. Again, like FanDuel, not as popular in these streams. And kind of like Dabble, it's a little janky with streaming software. Like you'll notice Dabble, it doesn't let me... I don't know. It like barely lets you place bets when I'm on the stream, so I have to disconnect my phone. But if you take a look at this line for tomorrow, and again, that's the benefit of having multiple books, is they all set their own lines, and they're all gonna fuck up eventually. Especially FanDuel. Like a lot of times on FanDuel, the best lines you'll see is when they first post odds. Or shit, I wanted to go to FanDuel. So if you look at FanDuel, like they have thousands of lines up. You know, they're bound to screw up a few of them. And that's kind of what you're looking for as a sports bettor. You want to see like, okay, where are books actually screwing up and offering lines with an edge? So you can see here, like FanDuel has Jake Irvin at plus 118. Where is Pinnacle? So, oh, fuck, man. I have some of these books filtered out. Sometimes I just filter out these books, just information overload, or I don't want to look at them. But if we take a look at Jake Irvin's line, it's like, okay, basically no other book is offering plus money. Minus 111 on Caesars, minus 120, minus 113, minus 105. We're getting plus 118 on FanDuel. You can kind of see like Caesars, these other books just off the open have already started to move odds towards his over. Like Caesars is already down from plus 102 to minus 111. So they're probably getting early action on the over from their sharper customers. That's probably why they moved their line. I mean, they don't just fucking move lines for shits and giggles, right? It's probably because they're taking action on the over from customers that they think are, you know, pretty good. Pinnacle, whatever. But anyways, we got plus 118, so let's lock this in quickly if I'm able to get it in. And we got a FanDuel play. Then we can try to do another PrizePick slip or Underdog. I mean, again, like, never really know which of these books is going to have kind of the best value on a given day. But Dabble, we got Mitchell over 4. Underdog has him at 4.5. Caesars has him at 4.5. FanDuel has him at 5.5. So it's like, okay, like, checks out from a value perspective. Let's lock it in. But anyways, let's see if we can get this bet in for tomorrow. Fucking Nationals game. So, where are you, baby boy? So the Nationals game is early, bro. And again, it doesn't... FanDuel kind of fucks up with streaming software, but is it already down? I mean, what's interesting about FanDuel is if you take a look at FanDuel. So if you just go to the Nationals game tomorrow, and you go to pitcher props, they have his 5.5 line at plus 110. They have a 6+ line at plus 110. So I guess they already bumped it down a little on FanDuel. Anyways, I spent too much time talking about it. You can see it already fucking moved. However, the other player in the game, Nick Martinez, so this play looks pretty decent as well. I mean, FanDuel's opening him as a minus 120 favorite to go over. All the other books, you know, opening him, Pinnacle opens him at minus 150, already ripped him down to minus 162. Like, that's information. There's a difference between a minus 120 favorite and minus 160. Minus 200, 2-1 favorite to go over. So, like, all these other books, I mean, market here, DraftKings has the under at plus 120. So, like, the market's locked. You could bet the over, the under, you know. Bet the over for 120, bet the under for 100, and you have no loss of money. It's a pick-up market, right? You can get his over at minus 120 or his under at plus 120. So let's just lock in this play. I mean, because the Jake Irvin play already moved. And how much is FanDuel going to give me? Fucking $60. But anyways, you'll see it on my picket. Again, FanDuel's janky with, like, streaming software. But, so we already have a fair amount of diversity on this stream. We have a Dabble play, which you can see right here. We have an Underdog Fantasy play, a PrizePick slip. So just kind of taking advantage of the books with value. Is there anything else on PrizePick? So this Trey Mann over 3.5 rebounds. I mean, let's see if we can find another Underdog Fantasy slip or something like that. People saying I need a beer. Dude, so Underdog Fantasy just not moving this play on Jonas. It looks like it's still available. They still have his line at 18. And I'd love to include it in another slip again, but, you know, like, you could include it in another slip. If you miss the first play, or if you're just tuning into the live stream, I think they already removed the play on Bam. I'm not sure about Detry, but, you know, something like this actually seems solid. So, like, Steven Yeager, DraftKings has his line at 69.5 strokes. Underdog Fantasy's hanging 69 and a half. I mean, I'm not going to be able to play it again because I already locked in Jonas, but something like this will work out pretty well. But let's go back here and let's see what we have. Also, maybe there's some promos if we're lucky. Hopefully these books run some promos. Again, like, a lot of the wins we've had on Underdog Fantasy recently, you know, like, this was a promo play. Wemby over half of a point. Like, that's the easiest money. If we would have taken Wemby's regular points line, this says 8 points. Well, actually, I think this was the game where Wemby had, like, a career high. So his over would have cashed regardless. But anyways, you get the point. So let's build another PrizePicks slip. And hopefully we can, find some good plays. So we're already on Hatchie, Bridges. I'm just trying to remember what we're already on. Okay. So what we can do is we didn't take Trey Mann in the previous slip because it's negatively correlated. But what we can do is we can get rid of that. Let's get rid of the college basketball play. Not everyone can play college basketball. And let's just go here. And we have Trey Mann over 4.5 assists. Right? How's he been doing recently? So he's gone over 4 out of the past 5 games. I do really like this pick as well. Trey Mann over 4.5 assists. And what we can see is just like, okay, we're already on this ED play, so let's skip it over. This play, it's like, obviously 2.5 is a super low assist line. But, damn, we also have Braves money line for tomorrow. That doesn't seem horrible. But anyways, let's see what we have here. So we have 3 picks, and let's just finish off this slip quickly. Because it does seem like there's a lot of discrepancies. So again, I'm not saying this is the only way to bet, but 99.9% of bettors, they just find random plays with their gut. And that's why the sports books are in business. I think it's pretty rational to try to find some value in the market. I don't think it's anything insane. So do we like Trey Mann assists? The issue is I also like this play on Kawhi. So if you look at Kawhi, his PRA line is 35.5 on PrizePicks. All the other books, 33.5, 34.5, 34.5, 34.5, 34.5. So it's like, okay, Kawhi Leonard under 35.5 PRAs. It doesn't pair super well with Trey Mann assists for kind of the same reasons we already discussed. Dude, we have a ton of value showing up on PrizePicks right now. So what we can do is let's get rid of the play on Kawhi for a sec. We're already on Bam rebounds. Not on PrizePicks, though. But you can see if you take a look at Bam's points plus rebounds line, and I talk about PrizePicks a lot on these streams because it's popular and a lot of people have access to it, and PrizePicks is fun. But, anyways, if you take a look at Bam, PrizePicks has his line at 28.5. All the other books, 29.5, 30.5. So, okay, there's a clear edge value in taking the over. On PrizePicks, you don't have to win every bet. It's about trying to win long term. But what actually pairs really well with the Kawhi play, so what I'm actually going to do, I did like that Trey Mann play, but whatever. I'll save it for another day, is we can pair Bridges with Kawhi, right? These 2 plays would pair well together. Bridges and Kawhi under in PRAs. We're already on these 2 plays. Do we want to include them again? Fuck it. Let's just get rid of them for a sec. Or let me get rid of the Hachimura play. Because another line discrepancy, a lot of times the best value on PrizePicks, I'm dead serious, is when they first post lines, because there's a lot of inefficiencies in the market. PrizePicks, they have their model, they first release lines, and sometimes that's the best value. So Kispert and Bam, these pair kind of nicely together. The Wizards game, the Wizards fucking suck. They're plus 460 underdogs, kind of the same thing. If it's a competitive game, Kispert and Bam, more likely to be playing more minutes, both more likely to go over. So anyways, something like this actually seems pretty solid. Whoa. So one thing actually, I think I fucked that up. Well, it's gone anyways. That Trey Mann play. What did they remove? So they already removed the Bridges play. So PrizePicks is fucking a pain in the ass sometimes. So they already removed the Bridges play, so it's like, okay, we're not going to be able to play the Bridges play. But what we have here is we have O'Connell over 6.5 points. So we'll just lock this in as the final pick, and then we can kind of call this live stream a day. He's gone over. Checks out from a value perspective. So let's just check it out here. And yeah, O'Connell. PrizePicks has them at 6.5. All the other books at 7.5. Anyways. So what we can do is we can just lock in this. I'll put the link in the chat. Call this live stream a day for now. And again, you know, thanks so much for tuning in. Sorry if you tailed any of my Twitter plays today. But here's the play. And again, all the live stream plays are tracked in the description on YouTube, so you'll be able to see them all there.